Welcome to Amy McGeechie's House Guests. As you all know, interior design is kind of my thing. And another one of my favorite things is home decor and decorating. We have two guests here today from Nook Housewares, and this is one of my favorite places to shop. It's a little bit of an addiction and a problem though. You can't walk into your space without walking out with all sorts of things. Welcome, ladies.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I love your store. I love your decor, the whole look of it. But I want to go back a little bit and talk about how you guys got here, because I have a feeling that you probably always didn't know you were going to have a store in Victoria, or actually, I guess.
Yeah, definitely not. We didn't. So I guess it started, Lindsay and I have known each other for a couple of years. Our kids go to school together. We live on the same street. And about almost 3 years ago, my husband and I were looking to get a larger home. We had recently had our third baby, and Lindsay and her husband had built a stunning home 3 doors down, and they were in the market to sell. We were in the market to buy. So we purchased that home. It'll be 3 years ago, I think in August. And it was really during that time where I realized, like, of course, how amazingly talented she is, but how much we have in common. And our love for home decor and the style that we have is so deep rooted, and I just felt a connection immediately.
Not in the business world, but also in your personal lives, you have a major crossover there.
Yeah, we do. And so we purchased the home, we stayed in contact, and we started doing these walks. And then about 3 months later, I was getting an itch to have a baby or to start a business, and my husband trumped the baby. Yes, we have 3. Yeah, so that would have been 4. And he said, no, he actually has 2 others. So there's 5.
Yeah.
And so we were out on a walk, and I just pitched it to Lindsay, and I said, what if we start a shop together? And I think I caught her off guard. And I think she thought I was crazy, but I think it was only 2 days later that she was like, let's do it. And then 2 months later, Nook was born, and here we are 2 years later now.
And you have experience though in owning retail space though, right?
Yeah, for sure. So I am actually a lawyer by trade, and I practiced for about 13 years. And then with the birth of my last baby, Everett, about 4 years ago, I just decided I just couldn't go back to that. It was just too difficult to juggle the practice of law with 3 young kids. And my priority really is raising these kids and being available. So at that time, I purchased my mom's clothing store in Sydney, Miss Bliss Boutique. We've grown up in retail. My sisters both have clothing stores. So it was just a very natural transition to me. So yeah, so I took over Miss Bliss about 4 years ago. And then Nook rolled in a couple years later.
And Lindsay, did you have experience before in owning a business?
No, none. It was all new to me. It's all been a learning curve from the very beginning right to now. I'm still learning every single day, but I think I've really taken it all in pretty organically. And the purchasing part and, making something beautiful comes really natural to me. So that's been a lot of fun. And definitely Misty has been a good teacher with kind of all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, like the background of owning a business. That's all learning for me, but every day is an adventure, and it's been a most amazing experience. It's like a dream job.
I think that's one of the cool things though, is that you both have your own unique set of skills that you can bring to the table and help each other out and sort of fill in maybe where one person doesn't know yet and where the other has experience.
Totally. Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's been amazing. I mean, it's hard, don't get me wrong, owning a business is a lot of work for sure. But, all of it has just been really a great experience so far.
Yeah. I feel like we're just such a great team as well. Like, we're always talking each other off the ledge, or, wherever I fall behind, I feel like she steps up, and I hope she feels the same way as somewhere that she falls behind, I can step up. So it has been an amazing partnership. I couldn't have chosen a better partner to, start the business with. Aww. And it's just been really, I think it's been easy so far.
It has been.
The partnership. Yes. Everything. Yeah. So.
There's always a bit of a nervousness going into a partnership, especially with a friend, right? There's always, you hear bad experiences, and that was definitely something that we touched on before we kind of went on this venture. But it's honestly been great.
Start out having really clear roles for each person though, and kind of knowing, like, not so that you won't cross over, but just sort of having those clear roles in place so everybody kind of has their idea of what they need to be in charge of, or do you guys really?
We kind of just wing it.
We
To be
kind
honest.
of both do 100%. And then when I miss the 2%, or she misses the 2%, we jump in. So it's actually kind of interesting because there's been times like yesterday, I responded to an email and then she responded to an email, and the supplier was a bit confused. And we're like, oh yeah, actually there's two people responding to this email under the same email address. Yeah, so we definitely do have some roles that I'll do primarily or she'll do primarily, but there is a lot of crossover, and it's good because it's a lot for one person to take on.
Oh.
And I do Miss Bliss on my own, and right, you have a business on your own. So it's nice to have someone there and somebody that's kind of doing everything as well and watching over everything. So it's been a great partnership.
You guys have such a great aesthetic to the store, and also on Instagram, you've built these spaces that people just come in and they don't even want to leave because it's just so beautiful. And every little piece kind of works together to layer it or to complement each other to kind of create that look.
Yeah, I feel like we really have created a space that's really calming and relaxing. And with the textures and the textiles that we have purchased for our store, I hope it's items that people feel like they can bring into their home that's really going to be there for a long time. And it makes their home feel relaxed. And you can put your feet up on the coffee table, not too like foofy that, it's too decorative, but something that's really like everyday pieces. That's kind of really what we strive for when we look for items for the store. And people come into our store all the time and they're just like, can I just start over? I can just rip my whole decor apart and just start over with all of these beautiful items. And that's really like the best compliment.
And do you guys enjoy helping people put things together?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes. That's one of the best parts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you guys select your products? Do you know months in advance what's coming into the store, or does it just sort of continually come in all the time?
Yeah, there definitely is like a season cycle. So we'll have already ordered for Christmas and fall of this year. Our spring stuff, we would have ordered a couple months ago, maybe up to 6 months ago. All the suppliers kind of ship at different times. And with the pandemic, it's been a little bit more unique with the products that are coming in. So right now it's kind of coming in constantly. But yes, we do a lot of ordering ahead of time. And usually we just sit down together and go through a catalog, and we're both just like drawn to the same things. We're like, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. And there's our order. So yeah, that's definitely like one of the most fun parts of the business is the ordering.
Totally. It scratches that online shopping itch
Yes.
that you might have for yourself, but now you're doing it for the store, right? So,
Yeah.
But I bet a lot of the items are also in your house as well.
oh yeah.
Yes, that actually is where we kind of start, is that when we discussed the store, we thought we would just start to source a bunch of items that we already had in our home. So a lot of items that are in our store or that were at the very beginning were just actually items that were in our home, and we just sourced the supplier and kind of worked backwards. And then now, of course, 2 years down the road, our house is full of items from the store because we're taking them home. But yes, there's just, we don't like to purchase anything that we wouldn't want to have in our home.
How has the look evolved since you guys opened? Have you started carrying other items and such beyond the initial start, or have you just sort of evolved the look of it?
I think we're always looking for new lines. It definitely, since when we started, we just had a very small amount of products and lines that we had brought into the store. But as we've grown and learned, we've discovered all kinds of new lines that we have brought in. We, unfortunately, with the pandemic, we were looking forward to going to those Decor shows where they have like in Toronto and Las Vegas. Unfortunately, we weren't able to go there, but I think those are a great place that you can really discover new brands. So we're looking forward to that in the future, but I think we've done a really good job sourcing stuff just on our own, just by, researching Google, finding beautiful products and in like online or whatever, and trying to find out where they come from. But yeah, we just try like to keep things really fresh on a regular basis. So it's always something new for our customers to see, because we do have quite a few regulars. So it's nice to have fresh things for them.
Yeah, and we're also always trying to get something a little bit more unique. So things that aren't already carried in other, perhaps boutiques on Vancouver Island. So we're always trying to kind of be one step ahead, and, just trying to bring stuff in that's like, super fresh and really exciting for our customers.
Well, and that's what I love, is being able to shop local and having these beautiful items here on the island, so we don't have to go elsewhere. Not because we can't right now, but because I don't want to. I want to shop here and be able to pick everything for my clients and for my home locally.
That's so nice. And we've been hearing that a lot lately. We've had so much great support ever since the pandemic. A lot of people just really supporting local shopping. So we are so grateful and so thankful for that.
And it's cool too that when the clients or customers come into the store, they can talk to you directly and ask you, you know, have you ever seen something like this? Or probably when you're outsourcing things, if you ever do see it, can you keep me in mind? And
Totally.
you can get that at a big box store.
Totally. We forever have a running book of like, customer requests, what people are looking for. And although Lindsay and I don't necessarily work the floor every day, we're definitely here. So we're both popping in and out throughout the day. So we're constantly talking to customers. We're seeing what excites customers when they walk in the door and what are the items that are turning around quickly, what people's reactions are to certain items. So we watch that very closely because of course we want to stock stuff we love, but we want to stock what you guys love, right? Like that's why we're here, is for everyone out there that is supporting us.
So can you share with us some of the fan favorites? What are like top sellers in the store consistently?
I would say we have a brand that we carry, A2 Home, and they are a brand that with their products are made in Europe, but they're vases. So they have these beautiful color block vases. Can I show one on camera? Yeah,
absolutely. And then we'll describe it for those that are listening on the podcast because they don't get the luxury of seeing it.
Okay, so they're these beautiful blown glass, recycled glass with the color block bottom. So these are probably our favorite.
It kind of hides the ugly part of the flowers.
It does. It hides the dirty water. It hides the stem, and we have them in all kinds of sizes. And they are I would say, would you agree, Misty? Probably our number one seller.
Yeah. For
sure. Yeah.
Also pillows. We do a ton of pillows. So we're constantly changing we have a pillow wall that you'll see in our Instagram and throughout our website. And we're constantly changing our pillows, and our pillows fly out the door. So we're always, switching things up, but I would say definitely like our neutral pillows, the textured pillows are great sellers. Doormats.
Yeah. Doormats. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A signature Hello doormat that we carry. A lot of people probably have seen it on Jillian Harris's front doorstep, is where we got that inspiration from. We love her. And we, have kind of added to that collection and a few more we have a big white heart doormat that also does really great for us. So there is just so many pieces, I think, that we sell a lot of.
And a lot of them are pieces that, like you just said, can help build sort of the influencer look that everybody sees on Instagram. Because I know like Jillian Harris, Monica Hibbs, like a lot of those beautiful spaces, people want to create them in their own homes, and they can just kind of come to the shop and start piecing things together to get that gorgeous look.
Yeah, we've really kind of created all of the best stuff that we've seen online on Instagram and really brought it into one space. So it's kind of like, it's easy. It's a one-stop shop.
Mm-hmm. How did you both have to pivot when COVID hit? Because you hadn't been open that long and people weren't able to come into the store for a while.
Mm-hmm. We really lucked out with that. And we have said that multiple times to each other because we'd already launched our website and we were already comfortable with how it worked. We kind of worked out all the kinks already. We kind of had already established a bit of an online audience. And when COVID hit, we were just so lucky that we weren't scrambling to put something together. It was already done for us. So that's basically what we did. We just really pumped online stuff. We did constant stories promoting new products. And thankfully it really worked for us and kept our heads above water. And we're just really grateful that was already set up. It was we were very lucky.
Yeah, very, very lucky.
The online part is a huge part of your business as well.
And it's been growing really quickly. I think obviously the pandemic gave it a little bit of a kickstart, which we are super grateful for. But it is a big part of our business, and we're a bit bursting at the seams right now, using my office to pack up orders, and we have a storage locker in our parking lot. So
we are growing, which is so great. But yes, it's definitely, the online has been so wonderful for us. Not only in-store sales are wonderful and meeting our customers, but we've really grown a base all across Canada, which has been so great to really meet virtually a lot of our customers that order from us regularly. And it's really great that we've reached kind of to the other side of the country.
Well,
But there's nothing,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but there is nothing more important though than the local community. So I really do think there's something very special about a storefront. Just our, the neighborhood shop, you can come in and you can meet your customers. They can actually come and touch the products and see it. And I think that that also helps with the online business, having the storefront. But I know that there are a lot of home decor stores that focus more on the online portion of it. But the storefront really has like a very special space in our heart. This is where it all started. So,
well, and I love too, a lot of local influencers are sharing your products online now too. And you see them here and there in their own spaces. And that's so exciting because I'm always like, oh, I think that's from Nest and Nook. And sure enough,
it's so nice to see
So
our
exciting.
customers posting their products they purchase here. We love it. It's the best, probably the best part is this, the most rewarding part is seeing the items that we've curated and chosen in our customers' homes.
yeah, definitely. And some of their photos are just so stunning. We keep saying that we need to share more because we get tagged often, and we're just, you see there's lots of beautiful homes out there and lots of talented, home decor stylers. And it's been a great part of our business. It's kind of like growing that community and just meeting all of these people.
And then it's kind of in all different settings as well. So sometimes it'll get used in a setting that isn't like this aesthetic, like very
totally
soft and milky and such. And then you see how it could be used elsewhere. And you're like, oh, that's a great idea.
Totally. Yeah. And we are working too to try to carry things that maybe appeal to the bigger masses too. Like sometimes Misty and I will be like, oh, we don't love black, but I know lots of people do love black. So, we always are like, well, we should probably bring a few things that might appeal to, some of our other customers that maybe don't have such a genuine love of white as we do. So
like it's safe if you love it, if you would buy it. I think that clients would buy it as well, right? So drifting from that too far is probably a little risky.
Yes, I know. We always say that often. It's like, oh, should we, maybe we should bring in, just a few items to see how they do. And usually everything we bring in does pretty well. Everything is always, I think it's kind of the way you style it, right? And it really kind of will speak to people.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Have you had any because I know there's usually like huge hits and then there might be the odd miss that you kind of, like, oh, now what are we going to do with it? Have you had anything that's been a bit of a miss? Or
Nothing I've ordered, but
stop.
We do get that when we unpack things and we're like, who did this order? It wasn't me. It was you. Oh yes, we've had lots of things,
yes.
Especially because we're not going to the trade shows and we can't always see the products in person. So we're relying on photos in catalogs or on websites. And things often look different or quality that we don't want to sell. So definitely for sure, there've been some items that have come that we've decided that, we're either going to return or we're going to donate. They're not of the quality that we want for our shop. Or there are just some that look totally different. And had we known, we probably wouldn't have ordered them. And so it's not
always amazing. Oh, this is wonderful, beautiful. There's lots of stuff.
It's not always good Christmas presents when you unpack those boxes, but we joke about it.
And I think that's huge too, because a lot of people don't realize how much you have to invest in inventory to have a physical location. It's not just drop shipping where someone else has it until it's sold. You have to carry that over in the meantime. And that's huge.
We don't have any drop shipping other than our furniture. Everything that people order from our shop is coming from our shop. So it's on the floor or it's in our back room or it's in my office or it's in our U-Haul storage in the parking lot, but it's here. And we're responsible for packing it up and making sure it arrives safely or whatever the case may be.
I love that though, because it just has such a special touch to it when I know that you guys are seeing it.
Definitely. Yeah.
And then you have so many lovely people that are in the store too. I mean, my good friend Leah is one of the loveliest people ever.
She's been with us since the very beginning. We're very grateful for her. It's always nice to have really good, loyal employees. So she's wonderful.
With great taste as well.
Yeah, for sure. She definitely shares our love for home decor and has very similar tastes that we do. So that is always just a bonus. And she's a very sweet employee. And we have a really good team here right now. I feel like we have, it's always hard often to find staff for retail locations. So we're just really happy with the employees that we have right now. And we seem to all work together. And we're in a good space right now.
Hard to find people that have the same passion as you when it's not their business and also have a customer service component in there and the whole package essentially.
Yeah, for sure. And especially with us growing the online business and stepping away from working on the floor as much, lots of focus for our employees on customer service, because that is the most important thing in the shop right now. We are packing up orders, but they can wait. When people walk in the door, we want them to feel welcome and be able to take their time perusing, but also have that person there that can give them some pointers or just help them out in whatever way they need. So we do truly believe that customer service is what is going to keep us going forever. And that's what we're grateful for.
Well, we only have a few minutes left, so I just want to touch on, what are you guys doing next? What do you see coming down the pipeline, or what do you dream of for the store?
Well, we definitely feel a need to grow a bit. We don't want to grow too fast, because I don't think that necessarily is good for a small business. We do dream of, a bigger space, somewhere that maybe has like a better shipping area and storage area. So, bigger physical space, which allows us to carry, maybe more products. So I think just, that is a dream. We don't have any plans right now, but I think we want to go there eventually, and just continue to grow up. Yeah. And just do what we love. Like, this is so fun. It's a hobby turned job. Like it really is a dream, I know, for me. And it's,
me too.
Yeah.
It's just, it really is. It's a lot of fun. I mean, bringing in products that I would normally dream about buying for myself, and then bringing them into the store and just kind of watching the love that other people are having for these same products is really been wonderful. And I think we just would really like to continue to expand on that, and bring new lines in, new things, and, maybe bigger items down the road too. So we'll see.
And
find you?
Oh, how do they find us?
How do they find us? Well, we are in Sydney, British Columbia, and we are on Beacon Avenue. We're a little bit hidden, but we're by Miss Bliss, which is the clothing store. So it's 2393 Beacon Avenue, Sydney. They can find us, of course, on Instagram, which we love to showcase our items on Instagram. And we are starting to do more reels and photos, that sort of thing. And it's our handles, Nest and Nook Housewares. And then we have a website, nestandnookhousewares.com. And and you will find us in the shop or online or
That's amazing. Well, thank you guys so much for visiting with us today and being our house guests. And I love everything that you do.
Thank you. We really appreciate you. And we had a great time today. And thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you so much for watching Amy McGeechie's House Guests. Subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts, and be notified when there's a new episode to listen to. We'll see you next week.